Hey guys, so I think we're on live right now. Welcome to the show. This is my first time doing a Banter Blitz on chess24, and very excited about it. It's actually one of my favorite websites, and I really got into chess24 when Magnus Carlsen started doing his Banter Blitzes here. It's one of my favorite things to watch. So here we go. What do we call this line? I'm not really sure what this knight takes d5 line is called, but here white has a pretty pleasant position. Big center. Okay, well, we can try something like e5. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. Knight, okay, this move. Okay, so if we take, black has some weaknesses on e6, h7 is the target. Let's provoke the move g6. So g6, bishop h6 is kind of logical. Probably knight e5. Why not? Let's get the dark squared bishop. Okay, I'm trying to get the hang of this. So not only is this my first Banter Blitz on chess24, it's also pretty much one of my only times like doing this kind of playing and talking thing. So I don't have too much practice in this. Knight takes g6, pawn takes, queen takes. Kind of tempting. Bishop g7, queen h7, king f8, queen h8. Yeah, and I win. What else can they do? Knight takes g6, pawn takes, queen takes. They can play rook g7. Rook g7 is probably a better move. Yeah, bishop g7, queen h7. They kind of survive. Should I do it? Hoping that they're not going to find rook g7. Wouldn't really be correct chess, would it? Let's just bring in the rook. That seems more correct. Mobilizing all the pieces. Okay, queen g4 was also a move. Well, queen g4 was a move, but not necessarily a good move because there'd be bishop e5. So that's why rook a1 makes some sense. That move hangs in exchange, so I guess I'll take it. Okay, so queen takes, and probably a move like h4. Or we can do a move like rook e3, but then there's knight d5. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, you want to trade off my good knight. Well, that certainly makes some sense, doesn't it? But let's just continue with our plan. Okay, don't tell my opponent, but I just blundered a pawn. Knight f6, right? But I have queen h4. And he can't take with the knight because he's pinned, so he'll take with the pawn, but it's still really good for white. Okay, so he didn't pick up on that opportunity. Yeah, things are going pretty well here for white. Breaking through on the king side. And probably the game will finish with a rook lift, rook e3 to f3. Well, maybe not exactly. Well, you know what? It's still a good plan. Rook e3, rook f3, rook f7. Okay. Maybe the open file? Okay, let's try that. Some kind of invasion one day on the D file. So he's not sure which file to protect. Yeah, I see that. Okay, let's go bishop c4. Pin? Pins are unpleasant things. So the thread here is rook d6 and bishop takes e6. Just kind of break through on the e6 square. Yes, black is finding it hard to move. Okay, that was the plan. Okay. All right, that was a pretty good time to resign. And we're going to look for another opponent. So we go to challenges. Okay, here we go. See, I feel like this player, for some reason, Cthulhu, seems familiar to me. And I wonder if he's actually played Banter Blitz with Magnus. Is that why this name is familiar? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so this line of the Queen's Gambit accepted. I actually played against Ju Wenjun in the Cairns Cup. Let's see if I remember anything. Knight c3, right? What's the moves here supposed to be? I think it's a6. Yeah, there we go. I think that's what Ju played against me. Right, they can go into this, and then we're basically in a line of the Queen's Gambit accepted with the isolated pawn if I want. Should I do that? Maybe not yet. Let's try bishop e7. Not so afraid of d takes c5. You could even play queen c7 there. Right, okay, so now we're definitely in this line. Ah, I could take your pawn. Can't I? Well, what's the punishment going to be? Okay, let's try it. I agree, you got some compensation. Queen e5 seems okay. You might have f4. Queen e5, f4, queen c7, or something like that. All right, let's try that. Doesn't look too bad. So if my pawn wasn't on a6, I'd be a lot more scared of going for a pawn like that, you know, because of these knight b5 ideas. But in this position, it's probably okay for black. But I would try to play stuff like f4 for white, because if they don't play that, then not really sure what they're going to do. f4, queen h5 is kind of an ugly looking move to the side. My knight will get to the side of the board, so I'm not in love with that. All right, I think castling is pretty important to get in here. So king's on a light square, so there's no discovered attack on the queen on e5. Well, the plan is bishop d7 and bishop c6. Like once black develops, and everything's under control. So I do think that rook ad1 was a little bit vague. I mean, I don't know if there was anything like too much better, but here, yeah, here bishop d7, what can he do? Not so much, right? All right, let's do that. So I think the pawn that white sacrificed just wasn't, likely not correct. How are we doing on time? Not too badly. I'm not the fastest player on the planet, I can tell you that. So I prefer this leisurely 5-minute pace, where I can talk and think without worrying about losing on time. But we can try some 3-minute games too. Actually, I kind of like playing with the increment. Maybe if someone wants to challenge me with like a 1 or 2 second increment, we can do a 3-minute game. All right, so should I be worried about discovered attacks? I guess a little bit. So what to do? Queen h5? Still don't like that move. So where should my queen go? To c7? Maybe. Rook fd8 is another option. Rook fd8, bishop b6, I can trade, rook takes. All right, I think this is not a bad move. fighting for the open file. Because pretty much in every bishop move my opponent makes, I can trade on d1 and get rid of his rook. So you can try bishop d4, but that's not really hitting any, well, yeah, my queen moves and it's not really hitting anything. I mean, I guess there's like bishop d4, queen g5, I don't know. Yeah, bishop takes e6 is not going to work there. In the end, there's a problem with mate on g2. So, okay, I feel good about this move, rook f d8. It's good to bring all your pieces into the game. Right, so he tried that, and I said I was going to play queen g5, so I will. Obviously, there was no point in like a queen sacrifice like queen takes d4. I mean, maybe I have compensation there, but that's not really the appropriate way to play in this position. So what do I want? What's my next move? Bishop c5 is a normal-ish looking move, offering a piece trade. Yeah, that's what I think what my plan is, bishop c5. I mean, I guess I could also make a move like h6, you know, it could be useful for the end game. Since clearly an end game is coming. I don't know if my opponent is thinking about the sack, bishop e6. Ooh, okay. Oh, right. What's that? Didn't see that move. Is that really good? Queen g4. Yeah, that move is not too much of a problem. Queen g6 is also possible. But let's just keep it simple. So he's got to trade queens. Trying to pre-move, so I think because queen g4 is forced, right? I mean, how else? What is he going to play? The bishop is hanging. Queen h3 is a problem. Yeah, the queen was not trapped on g5. So trade. The rook will probably just have to move back, and we're in some kind of a technical phase there. I mean, you can try to play for bishop b6 and just try not to give me the open file. So that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, and rook back, right? Yep. So my knight's not necessarily doing so much. I don't know. Let's try a move like, should I just go back? Yeah, let's just go back. The knight clearly wasn't doing that much on g4. So on bishop b6, I guess I could go either rook c8 and then knight d7, or I could trade and then do that. All right, h6 is just, oh, wait, there's also rook d4, huh? Maybe I should look at forcing moves more. All right, it looks like fun. Let's just do it. Making pins. Using the tactical opportunities my opponents are giving me. Yes, it's always, oh no, you resigned before I got to play bishop c5. Okay. Okay, so let's see who's next. Oh, someone said 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. Okay, sure, let's do it. d4, d5, c4, e6. Are we going to have a queen's gambit? It's a funny name. Okay, what color am I in this game? I guess I'm black. Okay, d4. So what interesting opening can I do? All right, let's try knight f6. So my opening repertoire is not so diverse like Magnus, but we can still try some fun stuff. Well, you're letting me take your center pawn, so I think I will do that. No, I think this pawn should go to d5. Why not? The idea is to build up a big center, you know, with e5 next. Right, so let's go e5. So this is a kind of a Grunfeld, except I don't have a knight on c6 that you can take. So I'm basically getting to play this move e5 with a tempo. Right. Okay. Now I can play d4. Where's the knight gonna go? That's a problem, isn't it? Like the side of the board, bishop, knight a4? Yeah, I don't think so. I think white's gonna have a problem with the knight. Okay. So here, maybe just queen d5, like attacking the rook in the corner. All right. I think we've accomplished a few good things, and let's develop the knight. Okay, so should I play e4? I feel like that might run into something like c3. So maybe just queen d6. Queen d6. Okay, let's not think for too long. Right, this is a 3-minute game. Okay, let's develop. Okay, castles. On knight c4, there's bishop queen b4. Right, so should I go queen b4 there? You're gonna go queen d2, yeah? Okay, I think this position is okay. Do I like my move queen e7? Well, maybe not. Because now I can't move my bishop anywhere. Maybe I should have just moved it somewhere so it could actually threaten to move, yeah. Let's go bishop e6. No, don't like that. Okay, we gotta make a move. Maybe knight bc5 is possible here. Okay. Well, that gives me some hope, if that's the plan, since the king is not super safe on the queen side either. So knight b4, the big idea, starts to remind me of a Sicilian, although we haven't had one today. Wow, you want to trap my bishop? Okay, should I let you do that? Knight b4, knight b4, g5, rook c2, queen c2, knight c2, you're going to take an f6, yeah? Wow, it's a little risky. It's also a little risky to, like, take your pawn. I feel like opening up that file. But you know what? Let's just do it, since I don't see why it loses. And if we bring the bishop back to f5, it's actually going to be pretty strong there. Yes, okay. So I can trade. Trading is, like, acceptable, yeah? But I kind of feel like bishop f5. Okay, it seems like a strong move because my bishop can also go back to g6 to guard against everything. So, like, if you try and move like queen h6 here, which is actually kind of interesting, there's at least bishop g6. Yeah, it's a very effective move. Okay, so now I really, really think it's time for me to attack. But if I go knight b4, you have knight f6. Wow. And I'm gonna lose a piece. It's not good. That is interesting. All right, let's try this bishop g6 move since it's so solid. Now I think my idea is just to go like a5 and then knight b4. Yeah, so if I win this game, it's definitely going to be because of the bishop on g6, who's a pretty fantastic piece. It's hard to move him because on h4, I mean, I am going to take that pawn. I'm sure my opponent's thinking about that, like how to remove that bishop. Okay, so what's that? It's an interesting move. But, all right, let's go b6. Okay, sure. Is that a problem? Okay. Problem is that I've played slowly. That's Yeah, knight b4. Okay, let's try just doubling the rooks. Is that a plan? Ooh. Wow, that's an interesting move. Okay. I admit I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned about this whole position. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Rook g1, g6, okay. Maybe knight a5. Yeah, knight a5 is maybe not a bad idea. Still things seem fine. What does my opponent threaten? Okay, let's try that. I don't know, is rook c2 a big threat? Kind of a threat. Rook c2, rook b2, knight c4, okay. Okay. Whoa, it's gotten sharp. Oh, he is making me sweat. That's not an easy game. Started off so beautifully. Okay, I mean, I'm definitely playing like rook c2. He can't really stop this move, right? And I mean, I know my position is good here, but he can't go back queen d2 because of knight b3. So the reason he's thinking is because my position is just objectively quite good. So should I sack is really the question. All right, let's just do it because it's kind of a fun move. I definitely don't know if it's how good it is, but it seems interesting. Did I just let my opponent escape from checks? No, right? Don't tell me that I did anything stupid like that. Okay, I think I see a mate. Okay. Feeling better. Oh, this is going to be a nice checkmate, right? Yeah, okay. Knight e3. Here we go. Discover check. Ah, that got the adrenaline going. So totally unconvincing after my great position from the opening. Well, good game, d4, d5. That was really made that hard for me. Yeah, that attack with the h pawn, I definitely started to get worried about my position. Okay. Well, let's see what else we got. We got okay, let's try n-hum. Here we go, one of my more higher rated challenges, and let's start with something that I know at least a little bit, d4. At least the game ended in a pretty way, right? Yeah, rook c2, rook b2, it was kind of an attractive continuation. So where is my opponent? Are we gonna see a move? I think I played my move, so we're just waiting. Oh, well, this is fun. Should I abort this game or wait for my opponent? Let me see. I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna abort it. And I'm sorry if that's not what I'm supposed to do, but for some reason it seems like I played my move and there's nothing going on. So I'm just gonna try to abort it and play a new game. And if n-hum wants to challenge me later because I made a mistake, that's fine. We can do that. So let's just try to go on. And who else do we have? We have Anis Ashur. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, so I am white. Okay, so see, I think maybe I did the right thing. Okay, we got a queen's gambit. Something classical. It's like my opponent, Anna Zatonsky. She likes to play this line of the queen's gambit declined, right? So now we're supposed to do something like, okay, e3 is a possible move as far as I remember, right? They do this, and then we go like knight g3? Knight e2, knight g3. I mean, there was a g4 move, which is more aggressive, but yes, this is possible. And after knight g3, they're going to have to choose a direction, a diagonal for their bishop. Yes. So is it going to be g6? Okay, well, here I think we contest that. Ooh, like that, you know? So you let me drive the pawn in. Okay, so this looks kind of familiar to me. I actually had a very similar game with Anna in our last US championship to this. And this is okay. This is a nice position for white. Oh, it's pretty obvious, you know, knight f5 and f3, king f2. I don't know, let's just start with that since it looks like such a good move. I'm not interested in taking the bishop on e7. The knight is just too strong. Can I sack on h6? Probably not yet. Yeah, so, I mean, here, like, f3 is a useful move. Okay, cool. That's interesting. What does he want? He wants, like, knight e4, right? Yeah, so, like, f3 falls into my plans anyway. It's a good positional move. And now the question is, where do I want my king? Should I go queenside, or should I just go to f2? I am going to make this simple little move, and we're going to assume it's good. King f2. So the key kind of piece in this puzzle is the pawn on f3, which is doing a really good job. And I think we're going to go g4. Should I look at any tactics on h6? Probably not really productive yet, so let's just go for it. Okay, so yeah, white has a really nice position here. Just have to play it right. Okay, my opponent wants to put the knight on g5. It's pretty smart. Definitely sympathize with that whole idea. What if I go like knight e2, given that like my knight wasn't really doing anything anyway? And before it gets traded, maybe we bring it over, right? And I was thinking maybe we just go, I mean, I kind of wish I could just sack something on h6, but I don't know if it's right. So I feel like we should just mobilize one more piece. Now, unfortunately, I think knight g5 is possible. Okay, this one maybe doesn't bother me as much. All right, let's take with the knight. My king is still fairly safe. Okay, so g5 is like definitely coming, right? Yeah, there's no more delays on that move. It's got to happen. So he's got to do something to stop it, like maybe knight h7. Okay, he didn't stop it. Okay, his point is that he's going to have a discovered attack on my rook. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. What shall I do? Knight h3 just looks so ugly. Maybe I'll do it. Okay. And not my favorite looking move, I have to tell you. But on g5, pawn takes, rook takes, there was like knight e4, there was some discovery. So yeah, this is an interesting game for sure. Yeah, that's that knight h7 move I was a little bit afraid of. So should I go f4? How anti-positional is that? It's pretty anti-positional, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Maybe like rook h2 or like in rook g1. Okay, not so much time. Yeah, maybe something like that. Try to double rooks, yeah. Very logical. Okay, so what if I just take, what should I take with my pawn? Or is that just too much? I don't know, let's take with a knight. Knight, oh god, queen h4. Okay, there's rook g3. Bishop d6, so I lose a little bit of material, but yeah. It wasn't obvious that he was going to find that. right. Now what? Now what? F4, queen h4, king f3. Can I do that? I think I can do that. Yeah. Okay. What a beautiful square for my king, huh? So I gotta play knight f5. I gotta play g5. I mean, I still like my position. I don't like my time situation. I can't really play g5. I'm gonna hang the h5 pawn. So I really have to play knight h5, knight f5. Yeah, that's my next move. And fortunately, it's a good move. It, of course, needs to be played. Queen d5. Am I going to take a pawn like that? I mean, I guess I could, but it seems rather unnecessary. Let's just go with g5 and hope for the best, you know? Isn't that beautiful? Knight going to win me the game. Let's hope so. So pawn takes, no. Pawn takes, rook takes, right? We got to break through on that square. And things are going well. I mean, this was basically the plan from 15 moves ago, but it's finally happening. And okay, bishop f8, knight takes g7, bishop takes g7, rook takes, queen takes. Okay, I mean, that would be a winning position. I guess I would just go for it just because of its simplicity. Yeah, I am just gonna go. I know it's very unattractive. I apologize for this primitive capture, but I do think it's going to be effective because the king is open, the king on. I get a lot of pawns here, and most importantly is that I keep an attack on the king. I mean, I'm not that interested in the b7 pawn. I think there's a good, I mean, when I say I'm not interested in it, I shouldn't just scoff at that pawn, should I? I mean, it's a pawn. Why not? How bad can it be to take it? And actually, let's take this one too while we're at it. That's nice. A few pawns in the pocket, e3 is protected. Yeah. So should I just make a move like that? Play queen c3 next or something? Still feel like I didn't like that move, queen a3. Really didn't feel that brilliant making that move. Okay. Okay, so my technique is horrible. We see that, but maybe it'll be enough. Yeah. I mean, I am getting a very important pawn. And let's try to run away with the king and try to mate, somewhere. Thanks to the good king, yeah? Like that. That's kind of nice. Beautiful. Harmony there. King and queen working together like a team. Okay. Wow, another convincing game, right? Yeah. Thank you, Anis, for that game. That was fun. But yeah, when you play slowly, you definitely make it more suspenseful. So, as we saw in the Karen's Cup, not so good in the time trouble. Okay, so who do we have? We have Acots. So yeah, now on my high rated streak, but we will definitely play a variety of players tonight. So I don't see the chat, by the way, guys. I mean, this is my first time doing it, so to keep it simple, they just told me, focus on playing. But hopefully in the future, I'll also be able to see the chat. So I played this line against Lano in the Karen's Cup in the 8th round. Now, one thing I forgot was to give myself a drink of water. I will be right back. Okay, here we go. Bishop g7. Okay, this is a pretty comfortable position for black. I mean, the move knight takes c6 in the opening wasn't very challenging, just giving me the center. But yeah, my opponent wants to play f4, yeah? f4, maybe e5. Castles is important on e5. I mean, I can do a lot of different things I can take. Okay, so let's see what my opponent is up to here. Tricky little position. He wants to go queen h4 and like f5 ideas. So what do I do with that bishop on c8? Should I just try to trade it? All right, this move seems like fairly thematic. Although, of course, by trading it, I also kind of strengthen white center. I just wasn't sure what else I could do with that bishop. Rook b1. Yeah, so that you can move the bishop on c1. That makes some sense. Should I try like some knight d7? Is that like appropriate, I guess? Oh no, was there a big point transferring my knight there? Okay, let's just do it. Can't be that terrible. White's gonna play bishop e3. I'm gonna play like queen b7. Queen a5 would run into some kind of knight d5. Wow. So you want to take advantage of the absence of my knight. Interesting. Yeah, this game is also completely unclear, I have to tell you. And my move knight d7, I don't know about it. So you're going to put the rook on h3 and go like queen h4. Bishop takes. Bishop, c takes. What does that really get me? Well, it doesn't get me much. It's like queen a5 maybe? Queen a5 is kind of interesting, but you're just going to go bishop d2, right? Yeah. So let's see. I have no idea what to do. Let's just play rook b8 in the hopes that that could be useful. Yeah, okay. What if I like take and play queen d4? Is that just nonsense? All right, let's try knight c5. Oops, my mouse is also acting up. It's not a good time, doesn't it? No, my position is like complicated. Okay. So I am concerned here, guys, by the simple move rook h3, threatening queen h4 double attack. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah. 7 pawn is a problem. I feel like all my pieces are so far. Every time I play h6, there's f5. There is a high risk of getting mated here. Wow. All right, let's trade because, I mean, why not? There's no reason not to. I think the idea of moving my knight to c5 was just pretty dumb. How to save this? How to pull this out? And also my time situation is just like the worst. You know, it's really, really problematic. Okay. So this move should be horrible. It absolutely looks horrible. Kind of did it out of desperation. Okay, look at that. Does that convince anybody? f5, g5. I mean, I'm going to try to hold it like this and also just to like speed up. Actually, just start playing. Maybe I could survive. Oh, well, there's rook g3, isn't there? That's fine. We'll play g5. Yeah. Are you going to sack on g5? You might. Yeah. Okay. I'm still alive, but knight e6 is sort of my plan. Wow. Yeah, there. All right, let's just bring in the knight. Hope that works in some way. This is far from a dream. There's some chances. Oh, interesting. Well, no, I wanted to play this move, queen f2, but there's bishop e1. Okay, I don't know, let's just do it. I mean, I know queen f2 is not a terrible try. Ooh, interesting. I don't know, here. Wow, my position has gotten better. The position itself. It's gotten better. But the problem is there's not a lot of time. But yeah, now I'm winning, but can I do it in this amount of time? Queen d3 is coming, huh? I don't know, why did I play this move? Who knows? g4 looks okay. There's some ideas behind it. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not Magnus to win these kinds of positions. Oh well, we're gonna have to flag. All right, good game. Great cuts. I played way too slowly, but also kind of badly until I finally got some chances at the end. Let's see who's next. Well, who do we have here? We got Velvet Hammer. Let's try someone a little easier. Well, hopefully. Was it an accepted 3-minute game? Okay, so let's try this one again. Maybe c5. Okay. g6, maybe a delayed Benoni. All right, so the key is to play faster. I'm definitely going to make an effort in this game. Okay, probably a4, a6. I have to say I'm not like such an expert on these positions. But they're interesting. So what do I want to do? So far, I've just kind of played random moves. Yes, my opponent has a very logical plan. It must be said. Knight c4. And also stopping the move knight d2, so that was really good. Okay. Wow, I haven't managed to get my pieces out. It's quite bad. Quite a bad position. Alright, it's a little depressing. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't play knight c4. But we will have to protect that pawn in order to try to get something out. And now I was thinking maybe like knight e4. I really don't like my position. Maybe I should stick to playing something I understand better. But, alright, we'll make the best of it. Try not to hang something. I guess g5 is possible if I really want to get mated. So let's try this one instead. Okay, so I want to play queen f6 actually, maybe. Queen f6, knight d7 would be the dream, but on queen f6 there's knight b6. Right, so my opponent is playing very simple and good moves. What choice do I have? Trade? Might have to lose a pawn somewhere and just kind of like accept that, as much as I don't want to. Alright. I know, this is too ugly. Honestly, I was just counting on him blundering something here. Yeah, I mean, if I take an f4, he goes rook e8, and like, I might actually not be able to move my pieces. But surely that must be good. But rook e8 is like I'm paralyzed, yeah? No, that must be good for me. I just gotta wait. Oh, it's kind of complicated. I'm just gonna play here. I know that might be crazy, but I am afraid I wasn't going to be able to move anything there. This is also problematic. All right. We will consider this a pawn sack. Hopefully I can survive this. All right. Finally something comes my way in this game. This has not been the easiest game. Okay. I think I have enough technique for this. Wow, that was such a bad position. Oh yeah, I'm threatening back rank mate. Yeah. He has to go rook e1. And maybe I can just go, like, I don't know, rook a2? Okay. Well, Velvet Hammer, you played well. I think you just should have put that knight on c4 even earlier. Okay, well, that was a good game. Not by me, but by my opponent. All right, we got Shellingford, a strong player. We're going to accept his challenge. Okay, so we stick with something we know? I think so. Saw that those adventures weren't working out too well. So back to this line. The main move in this position is a6, which I've played all my life, but somehow I noticed this move was possible. Okay, dc here, yeah. I think here we can go for this stuff. It's kind of a boring end game, but I think we can play it. Right, and so it's a little different, so okay. Okay, so it's kind of symmetric if I just go b5, yeah? Both of our knights on c6 and c3 are misplaced. They would be better on like d7 or d2, so that they can go to b6 and c4, or So yeah, this position is equal. I mean, it's completely symmetric. The extra tempo really doesn't matter. But white has, I think. Yeah. I don't know, let's try this move. How bad can it be? It's a little unusual looking. But we will try to reroute that knight to d7, or if my opponent does that, I mean, really I could have taken with the bishop as well. Yeah, why not? Doesn't seem to think anything wrong with taking with the bishop. I mean, there wasn't much to do for the rook on the d file. Bishop's pretty flexible, whether he's on e7 or not, and yeah, okay. So you're going to trade probably, right? No, you're not going to trade. Wow, okay. So I can't go knight b6 because of knight c5. Obviously, I need to be careful with that square, so maybe that means my bishop should come back. So maybe knight b6 is coming next. Yeah, I mean, I rerouted my knight, which was kind of like my main idea. I was trying to tell you guys that this knight, you know, that was on c6 was not so good, and I'm definitely, happier with it here. It's good that my knight is getting closer to those, key squares on like c4 is obviously the big one. I mean, he's going to have to play like maybe knight e5 here, but then I have to choose between like bishop d6 or maybe knight fd7 is possible. It's not bad. It's definitely a possible move. Or maybe knight d5. Oh, okay. That seems a little passive, and I guess I could get the bishop already if I want, yeah? Should I take that bishop? The other move I have is knight d5. All right, well, let's just get the bishop pair so we got something. Okay, small advantage for black. No. Doesn't mean anything yet. He's restricting my knight. Yeah. So should I go knight d7? And knight b6? Okay. I need to watch out for some back rank stuff, of course. I don't have a rook there. And my king is a bit weak, but I think we're going to try the same maneuver, like putting the knight on b6. Seemed to work well. Also, I think maybe f6. This type of move I like to play. Also, there's bishop f6. But you know what? Let's just restrict the knight. I don't want to constantly watch out for back rank and knight e5. Right. So this move is normal, but now we have knight b6. Okay, so I still like my position. It's kind of like, that's how it goes in this symmetric Queen's Gambit accepted structure. So bishop c1, right? You're going to keep your bishop, I think. You're not. Two knights versus two bishops. Interesting. But you know what? I think you're right. I think you're just not going to... I think your knights would not be so bad. So let's not hurry with that. Okay, I can always take, right? So you're interested in c5. Yeah. Very interesting. Should I go e5 in preparation for like some kind of trade? Should I go bishop c8? All right, let's just go bishop c8 for now because it's clear. It's clear you were going to take, yeah? All right, e5 seems okay. Right. So what to do? I have this really nice knight, and yet, is there any point in me Honestly, I really don't know what to do. I mean, black is comfortable, but how to win? Should I play a5? Pawn takes, knight takes. Can I remove the c5 square as an outpost? It's interesting. You know what? Let's just try it. I don't see it as being a bad move because my bishop on c8 is kind of tied down to that pawn. Yeah, okay. So now I want to go like bishop e6, bishop c4. Yeah, we're definitely not trading. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. I would have to be a very big mistake to trade the bishops. You got to keep your bishop here. All right, black is still, a little bit better. Now I could trade the bishops. I don't know. Should I go like something like bishop b6? All right, let's just do it. Doesn't look too bad. If he moves his knight, my bishop can go to d4. He's in a little bit of a zugzwang. Right, you see, so my bishop gets to go here. I'm kind of happy. But how to win? How to win? Okay, I got some ideas. Yes, please stop trying to trade bishops with me. I'm just so not interested in that. But hopefully I didn't just blunder some king d2 stuff. Okay. You know what? Let's just give a check. Where are you gonna go? You obviously want to go knight d5, don't you? All right, h5 is reasonable. Oh no, what did I just do? I just hung that bishop to a trade so bad. Completely didn't see that the knight could take the bishop. That was just horrific. That is not instructive, giving my opponent an outside pass pawn. Now I can lose. Well, we'll see. But that wasn't impressive, guys. I have to try to bring my king in quickly. Also, my pawns are on dark squares on the king side. That was just like so not the plan. So not the plan. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't know, can I try to trade the pawns, at least not all of them? Or in like the wrong part. Okay. Alright, good. At least we got that. He can think about bishop c3. Good lord, he actually did it. Ugh. Well, I have no choice. I have to let him get the pawns. And hope that somehow... Oh god, why did I do that? That was a total accident. Oh, I lost on time. Wow, time ran out so fast. Yeah, well, I gotta say I should not have allowed him to take on c4. Good game, Shellingford. I'm still in shock. I let that bishop get traded. So unfortunate. All right. Let's see who we got. Next, we got ham sandwich. All right. Oh, that was... Yeah, it's still sad, you get a nice position like that. But, I mean, not black wasn't really much better or anything, but still, when I let him take the bishop and get the outside pass pawn, that was certainly not the plan. And then he had this interesting idea. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was a draw at the end in the queen endgame, but I was kind of lucky that somehow my connected pass pawns were far enough advanced that it was working out. All right, so what's going on here? Let's just take, I guess I could take on b2, knight d2, queen c3. All right, let's try that. Let's see if there's anything actually wrong with taking that pawn. We got white in a pin, and we're going to take on c5. So black's going to have an extra pawn soon. So I think white messed something up in the opening, because that's probably not supposed to happen. It is pretty clean extra pawn. I mean, yeah, I still need to somehow complete my development in some logical way. And I wonder what is logical here. Should I play g6, knight c6? I don't know, the knight really should come out, shouldn't it? Otherwise, you know, knights in the back rank, I always tell my students, are really terrible from there. That's why they're the first pieces that need to be developed. So now my opponent's probably thinking like about trapping my queen, which hopefully isn't possible. Rook b5, right, is one potential way to do that. But then I go back to c3. I thought my queen was safe enough there. Okay, so that move indicates that he really wants to play rook b5, but I still have queen a3 there, but it is going to get kind of dangerous, the queen. In fact, this whole position is dangerous. I completely agree. But you know what? Maybe we're just going to go home with queen a5. Home sweet home. Back to d8. Okay. So now, now I'm feeling better. I think we can play e6. We can also play d5, then e6. We can play g6. g6 is not so bad. I guess they want to go like e4. All right, let's just, pick something before the time runs out. White's got some compensation. My development's not very good. White's going to have to open up the center. That's why I wasn't so sure about my move, but d5. That's the move I wasn't sure about. But I guess things are more or less solid here. We're kind of getting the development going. So bishop d6 probably next. Okay, that move is not very threatening. I think we can just play bishop d6. Yeah, still thinking about that last game. Well, here the compensation is running out for white, because black is catching up in development. Black is going to just castle. I mean, also, it's not really clear what white is doing with the knight on e5. Taking on c6 gives me a tempo. Going back even gives me the move e5 if I really want to consider that. Yeah, this is a reasonable move. Makes sense. Castles, and now what? So what should I do? Maybe just queen c7 next, yeah? Queen c7 is a very typical move for these kinds of positions to challenge the knight on e5. Okay, yeah, the rook found that she was kind of misplaced. Definitely there were lots of potential tempos on that rook. Okay, you take, I take. Maybe another trade is going to happen. Unfortunately, black's center has been strengthened, and c5 is possible, e5 is possible. Okay, well, let's go with the e-pawn then. It opens up the bishop. Bishop g4, e4, all kinds of things are threatened. Oh, look, this is one game where I'm not losing on time. This is a miracle. Here we go. E4 might have been possible, but not really worth calculating, I think. This is simple and effective. All right. That's an interesting move. Definitely my opponent is trying to solve the threat of e4. The problem in this position is the c3 square. So now he needs to see that rook c3 is kind of a threat, right? Which he didn't really have a lot of time to do. He needed to at least play maybe rook d1 and make some trick that on rook c3 he could take the rook. Yeah, that's a good try, but all right, ham sandwich, thank you. Who do we have? Challenges. Soulful 1, 5 minute. Sure, let's play. I think I'm black, right? So I'm waiting for you to move. Wait a little bit, and what? Should I just abort this game and play somebody else? Okay, I think I will. Okay, let's try somebody else. Mr. Normal name, very tempting. Sergey Rachmaninov. Okay. Higher rated opponents, gonna be an interesting game. Where's my opponent? Why don't they make moves? All right, I'm gonna abort this one too. Have all my opponents fallen asleep? How about this one? Jesus Perez Morales. Please make a move. Oh, there we go. Nice. Sicilian. Okay. That was one of the games I lost today, right? It was in this queen b6 line. Yeah. Let's try again. And so white usually plays knight c3 here. Yeah, e6. Queen does not mind going back home to her usual square. f3. Is that really a move? Oh, should I go bishop b4? Am I ready to take there? It's interesting. Bishop b4, a3, bishop takes. You know what? Let's just try it. I think that should be quite thematic for this position. I mean, the idea is d5 next. My opponent, right. So should be the right way to play. On a3, okay. Well, this is just really comfortable, I think. Because there's no knight takes d5 because bishop d2 is a check. So now I'm threatening a bunch of different things, but obviously just the idea of getting the bishop on e3 is really tempting. So I still have a lot of moves like queen e5. Queen e5 is a very ambitious move. It tries to win a piece, actually. And, you know, I'm actually thinking ambitious is good. Let's go for it. How does white save that piece? Yeah, so this opening worked out well. I think kind of allowing me to play d5 and especially pawn takes and knight takes was kind of like just not good for white. So this move I don't think changes very much. Oh, okay. Wow, my opponent found a solution. That is interesting. So what do I got? Knight takes e3, queen takes e3 is not really so amazing, huh? Because there's no bishop c5. So I can play knight takes c3, pawn takes, bishop takes. Can win a pawn. Try to win the exchange. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Right, so there's these moves. How good are they? So on bishop c5, there's, you know, it doesn't work, obviously, because there's a knight there. It's a pretty good intermediate move. Definitely avoid some kind of disaster for white. So maybe I should try like knight e4, pawn e4, queen e4. It's a little bit crazy of a position. There's bishop g7, rook g8. Like, oh wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, like you know, a lot of things are hanging on. I should look for some kind of discovery. So knight e4, pawn takes, and if I could find a check there that worked, I would win the queen, but there is no, and if queen takes is queen b4, and I just lose, right? Because I completely forgot I'm losing that bishop. Wow. That's interesting. What is going on here? You know, there's probably no time to really figure this out. Man, I wish I could find a good move here. Knight e4, pawn takes, and bishop d2, then bishop e5. No. Wow, so complicated. It's really interesting. I know I should just make a move, like any move, literally anything. All right, let's just go here. Yeah, it's one of those positions where you want to like think and find the best move, but I mean, queen c7 is okay. It's not amazing. So bishop takes c3. I kind of want to keep my, I'm going to have to trade the bishops, yeah? Pawn takes, he wants the g7 pawn. Okay. It's interesting. I don't blame him. Yeah. Bishop f8 is just too ugly for words. Do I really have to play a move like that? No, I refuse. I'm sorry. There's not going to be bishop f8. I mean, I'll let him take on g7 if he wants. Yeah, or g8. Please, just like no queen h6 is too much. Yeah, there we go. Something a little bit more bearable. Bishop h4 is really tempting. What was the plan here? Oh yeah. No, I had a plan here. My plan involved c5 and at least trying to get some control of the dark squares and maybe develop my bishop somewhere. Yeah, let's just develop something. So this position I thought was interesting. Let's rook d8. All right, don't tell him, but bishop h4 is a threat. That's an idea, at least. Bishop h4, g3, and bishop takes g3, pawn takes, queen takes would be a pretty mate. Kind of the idea of playing bishop a6. Also rook d8. Yeah, I mean, I like black's position. The bishops are going to be good. This is definitely my kind of position with the bishop pair, but I'm concerned about the time for sure. So I've played like a slowpoke again. Okay, also rook d8 is kind of an important tempo. Bishop f6. I think he's got to go like g3. Or, I mean, he might have other moves. Yeah, like this. Sure, that's a good move. Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's just try to do something quickly. Queen, rook d8 is still kind of, okay, bishop f4 was definitely good. And maybe I just kind of overestimated my position based on the pretty bishop h4 idea. I don't really see anything that special that I have here also, except problems what I have. That's the special thing I have in this position are some problems. You want queen b8, yeah? Okay. Also, I wish I just had a little bit of time to deal with this position. Yeah, my position's not so bad, but I don't really have any time. Oh, got punished again for playing too slowly. Yeah, that was really interesting, though. That moment, a few moments in this game were interesting. Oh, here's a drawn endgame, but unfortunately, it's not going to end in a draw. All right. Good game, Jesus. Let's see. We got time for at least one more. Who should we play? Who's the highest rated? Highest rated is Mr. Normal Name. Let's see. Clicking on him. Here we go. Accept. I think I'm white in this game. D4. Yeah, that was a dream Sicilian position. Queen e5, and he found this way to save the bishop. King f2. It's a little surprising, but good stuff. Okay, I don't know how long we need to wait. Maybe we don't need to wait. Maybe we need to move on to a different opponent. I'll give it a few more seconds. Yeah, one thing I really identify with when I watch Magnus play is like, well, on the rare occasion that he loses, which I don't know, I can only remember one game, it's like you could just tell how much he hates it. You know, that's the feeling. That's the feeling I can totally relate to. All right, we're gonna have to abort this game and find someone who's available to play. How about John C? All right, I'm going to play e4. Haven't played that today. Maybe we will have a fun open Sicilian. Or not. Maybe we can have a scotch. I like to play this kind of simple way. In e4, it's what I teach a lot of my students to do. Open up the game. You know, I feel like it's good for beginners to play these simple open positions with a lot of piece play. That's my teaching philosophy. Now I know there's a trap he might fall into here, like knight f6, right? Because there's strong move e5. c5 is not a great move, and maybe we just go back. c5 creates a backwards pawn on d7, creates a weak square on d5, but, you know, it's still a game. On knight f6, there's going to be e5, which is going to be a little annoying. Yeah, so this must be a good square for the bishop. Bishop g7, probably just castle. Okay, what does that do? Does my opponent want to play b5? Well, yes, but there was bishop f7 there and queen d5. Okay, so let's continue developing. Development is the right opening strategy. Okay, so this is interesting. Should we go bishop g5? I guess that seems quite possible. All of there was a move queen d6, which I didn't think of in time, but is actually really good. I mean, bishop g5 is a good move, but queen d6 was certainly really interesting, and it's still really interesting here. I mean, knight d5 pretty much wins right away, doesn't it? Yeah. I guess we should just exploit the pin. So this was my last game, guys, although I would be happy to play more, but I feel like they're probably going to end it here. And it has been a good evening. I absolutely need to improve my play, which I will try to do for the next event. So should I take the rook or should I attack it? I can do both. All right, it seems like it's more fun to try to attack it, so let's just see what happens. I've been meaning to play this move, queen d6, for a long time now. It's a very attractive move that blocks in the d-pawn and buries the bishop on c8, so, you know, why not do it here? I mean, I guess black can try something like, I don't know, bishop f8. Hardly inspiring choices. Interesting. Well, we're going to take the rook. The queen is almost trapped, and I guess we'll just play bishop d5 next. She might go to, like, a5? Yeah, things are looking bad for black. Yeah, the rook a7, queen c5. Actually, rook a7, there's also like queen b8 if I really want to be kind of unpleasant, but wait, this move does the same thing, doesn't it? The rook is actually trapped. Yeah, well, what to do. Lots of choices. All right, let's just not give away that rook. I'm probably not going to take the rook on a7 because I don't want to lose the bishop on e7. So yeah, you see, like here, I might be like really, really greedy. Play a move like that. And just try to take that rook for free. Although I guess now he's going to play rook b7. Still might not take that rook. It's kind of funny because like I can't really move anything. Can you guys hear the pit bull in the background? It's my landlady's dog. It usually makes that sound whenever it feels I'm around. It likes to make some noise. I'm not its favorite person. Thankfully, we don't cross paths very often after a couple of incidents. We started being more careful about that interaction. It's pretty scary when a pit bull jumps on you. Well, let's see. What else can I talk to you about, since this position is maybe not the most fascinating? Well, okay, it won't go on for too long just because it's made in two. Okay. All right, guys. So I think that's it for tonight. Thank you for playing, and I hope to see you again soon.